everyone, my name's Danielle. I went to Board Game Bakes. This week we're going to focus on Ragusa, which is by Brain Crack Games. It came back out in 2019. In the game, you compete with other players to get prosperity and stuff in the city of Ragusa. So you're able to put houses down and they will activate different resources, and it's kind of a puzzle worker placement engine building game. In the game, people have house pieces, tower pieces, and there's also wall pieces. So I decided we're going to do 3 different tray bakes. One's kind of like a Crunch Bar, one's like a Strawberry Pop-Tart, and one's like a Twix. So how can we go wrong? Let's get started. Are you a Twix fan? Then you will love these cookies. Add 1 teaspoon baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon cornstarch to 275 grams of flour, and mix so the ingredients are evenly spread throughout. Put 1 stick of unsalted butter in a large microwave-safe bowl and melt the butter in the microwave. Add in 55 grams of granulated sugar and 135 grams of brown sugar. And you can mix by hand or using a hand mixer for 2 minutes until it's smooth and the sugar is beginning to dissolve. Add in 1 egg and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract and give it another mix until it's fully incorporated. Now in your dry ingredients, and 200 to 300 grams of your favorite chocolate, depending on how chocolatey you want it to be. I use some mini and regular chocolate chips, but you could go with white chocolate or whatever you're feeling as well. Mix with a spatula until it forms a dough. Take a 13x8 pan and line it with parchment paper. Spread your cookie mixture evenly across the pan. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 18 minutes until it looks dry and set. Let it cool, and now you can make your caramel. To make your caramel, add half a cup unsalted butter, 1 cup light brown sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, a half a teaspoon salt, a 1/4 cup corn syrup, 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk to a saucepan and turn to medium heat. Mix together and keep stirring until it reaches 225 degrees Fahrenheit and starts to thicken and pull away from the sides. Pour over your cookie layer and spread out evenly using a spatula. Let this set while you prepare your decoration. I purposely tweaked this recipe so there's chocolate chips in the base, so this way you still get that chocolate, cookie, caramel feel from a Twix without the chocolate on top. To decorate our pieces, melt green chocolate melts in the microwave. Spread over either the whole tray, or I chose to do half so I get 2 different color pieces. Use an offset spatula or brush, spread the candy melts onto your caramel layer. If you split it in half, pick a different color and melt the chocolates. I was trying to go for a color, and I wanted it being brown, so I went with the brown base and then put orange on top. Once your candy melts have set, you're ready to get your paper stencils and cut out houses and towers. Wow, that decorating was so easy. Let's start with childhood favorite, Pop-Tarts. Except we're going for the flavor of a Pop-Tart but in a bar cookie form. Start by adding 1 stick of softened unsalted butter and 1 cup of granulated sugar to a mixing bowl. Mix on medium speed for about 3 minutes until it's a pale yellow color and fluffy. Add in 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and mix until it's fully combined. Now add in 2.5 cups of flour, a half teaspoon baking soda, half teaspoon salt. Mix on low until the dough starts to come together. At this point, you can let it chill in the fridge so it's easier to work with, or I decided to just chug along and keep going. Divide your dough in half. I used a scale to be exact. Press it out, and then put some plastic wrap down, and this way you could spread it out in your 8x8 pan so you get the right size, but this way you can lift it out. Now your dough should be the shape of your pan and ready to go on top later. Line your baking tray with parchment paper on all sides, this way it's easy to remove your treat at the end. Spread your other half of the dough on your parchment paper so it fills in the whole area. Now spread 2/3 a cup of strawberry preserves, or any other flavor if you have strawberries. You want to make sure it's evenly spread over the whole cookie. Once that's done, retrieve your second layer of dough from the freezer and set it on top of the strawberry layer. Bake it at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 28 minutes until it's a nice golden brown color. Let it cool completely. Now for some of the easiest decorating. Make a purple glaze by mixing 1 cup powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of whole milk, and you may need to add a little bit more if it's not thick enough, if it's a little too thick, and a half a teaspoon vanilla extract. Mix until it's smooth, and then add in some edible purple or combinations to get a nice purple color. Run a knife around the edge of your bake, and then lift up your parchment paper to remove it from the pan. Take a house and tower stencil for the pieces of the game, and cut out as many pieces as you can. Take that purple glaze and paint onto the top of your bars. That's it! pretty simple. The trick is to not eat too many of those little tiny triangles you cut off when you're making them. While you're here, make sure you hit subscribe for even more great bakes. Bye! These are no bake and very easy. Put 3 cups of Rice Krispies in a bowl. Add half a stick of unsalted butter to a saucepan, 1.5 cups chocolate chips, a half cup maple syrup, 1 cup peanut butter, and heat on low until it's melted and a nice homogeneous blob. Pour the melted mixture over your Rice Krispies and mix until everything is coated. Pour it into an 8x8 pan that's been lined with parchment paper. Now you can use your hand or wax paper to make it as flat as possible. Place this in the fridge to set. And that was it. That was so easy to make that. Now you're just going to take a knife to separate the bake from the sides of the pan and lift it out. And then use some wall stencils to cut it into wall shapes. And now you have an easy, delicious bake. That was really easy. Thanks for watching another episode of Board Game Bakes. I have to admit, I made a mistake. When I made these, I picked flavors that I liked too much, and I just had to eat a lot of them. So they got sentenced to the freezer, because then I couldn't eat all of them right away. Ragusa takes place in the ancient world, so what's your favorite game set in the past? I'm still a fan of Seven Wonders. That's one of the first games that I really got into when I did board games, so what's one of your favorite games? Let me know. Keep playing games and keep them sweet. Bye!